Oh hey, I didn't see you there today in this fine evening. Hello, it's your boy Will here, once again coming in with yet another season of Footy Daggers. Please welcome your one and only host, Tyson Farrell.
Thanks, Will. So today we're going to be answering some of your questions from home. And our first question to begin with is, what are the witches planning at the beginning of the act?
Well, at the start of the play, Dane counts Macbeth and Banquo as the two soldiers ride from the battlefield. The sisters make three prophecies, the first two regarding Macbeth and the last regarding Banquo. Macbeth shall be named as Thane of Cawdor and then king. Banquo, although he shall not rule in Scotland, will be fathered to future generation of kings. Immediately, the witches vanish into thin air, leaving the two captains left in amazement.
Yes, I agree. Our next question is, who do you think is the most to blame for the Macbeth tragedy?
Personally, I think Macbeth was the one to blame. He could have resisted the urge to become king and decided to keep living his normal life as Thane of Cawdor. But instead he got carried away, murdered his best friend Banquo, and caused casualties upon many people.
Our next question is, how sure is Lady Macbeth that the plot will succeed?
Lady Macbeth is so sure that the plot will succeed that she doesn't even consider the fact that they could fail whatsoever.
Why does Macbeth have Banquo killed?
Well, Macbeth claims that Banquo was wise and courageous, without being reckless. In short, Banquo conducts himself with honour, like Duncan, or any monarch, or any good monarch would do. Macbeth fears that Banquo's royalty of nature will pose a threat to him, and so it's a reason Macbeth has to order the murder of his former best friend.
Macbeth kills Banquo for his personal reasons only. He had heard the stories that Banquo would rise to power and he betrayed his best friend so he could not take his place as king. Macbeth was very disloyal for committing the crime of murdering Banquo.
The next question coming up is, what do you think are the most powerful images created in Macbeth, and why?
Well, evil is powerful in the play. For example, before Macbeth murders King Duncan, we can see the doubt Macbeth has about committing the crime and how little the amount of goodness he has left in him. But we overlook this, and the thing that we understand is the fact that he murders Duncan whilst being manipulated by his wife, Lady Macbeth.
Our next question is, whose betrayal is the most shocking?
There were a lot of betrayals in the play, but those betrayals were an important part of the play, because it's how the changes in power occur. I personally think that Duncan's betrayal was most shocking, because it was unexpected. Macbeth was not just a loyal servant to Duncan, but also a good friend.
I think Lady Macbeth and Macbeth's betrayal were both as shocking. They both didn't have to commit the crimes and betray their closest friends, which wouldn't have led to their deaths.
The next question coming up is, what is the first reaction to the king's death, and who is it?
Lady Macbeth shows very little reaction immediately after her husband tells her he has committed the murder they both had planned. She's either representing her feelings of guilt or pity, or does not have any at all.
How do the witches greet Macbeth at the end of the battle?
Well, the three witches greet both Macbeth and Banquo like kings, hailing to the future king and the new Thane of Cawdor, and also hailing to the father of kings to come.
Yes, I agree. The witches hail to Macbeth, explaining to him the power he beholds and how he can rise to power in the future. Our next question is, what do you think are the most important themes in the play and why?
Well, that's a great question there, Tyson. I personally think that there are quite a few strong themes in the play, including ambition, power, and violence. There were a lot of violence in the play, such as when, spoiler alert, Macbeth gets beheaded, Duncan's death, and almost all death/fighting scenes in the play. There was also a lot of power shown in Macbeth. Macbeth rising to power through violence and persuasion, and King Duncan's present reign of power.
I think that one of the strongest themes in the play is power. The play is pretty much based around the theme Macbeth and Lady Macbeth throughout the play, are hungry for power, which lead to the tragic events that lead to the death of both royals.
Well, that was our last question of the day. Please thank Tyson, Jess, Marley and myself for presenting this play, and Footy Duggers. Thanks for listening, and peace.